Hello! Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this week's Countdown to Whirl. Countdown update includes me dying. So I started work on a new background. Went through a lot of stuff there. A couple new backgrounds in the shots of the final scenes. And yeah, pretty much that. Nothing else to really count out. Say it's just going slow. I'll see you next week. Cue the opening.
Hello!
You ever had a candy bar and just ate the shell out of it and just left the filling for last?
Do you eat your candy bar with or without the shell?
I don't know. I like to get gas station pizzas, tear off the cheese, right? Just eat that separately. And instead of like having natural like melted cheese on the side, I usually just get like grated Parmesan and I just fill the remaining saucy pieces with it.
That's funny.
I call it kitty cocaine pizza.
You're gonna have to trademark that.
I shall. What day is it?
Sunday.
I wonder why they call it Sunday.
They woke up and they're like, "Oh, there's the sun. It's Sunday today. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's Sunday again.
Sunday. Let's fuck.
Damn."
Greetings, everyone.
They see the sun. They see the sun and it gets them all riled up. Sorry, go on.
I don't know the sun. I think the sun's sexy.
Sometimes.
I wish I had a way to record vocals at that point, because then I would totally like to loop myself throughout the stream saying, I think the sun's sexy throughout the entire rest of the stream. Welcome everybody tonight to another nerdy episode of Another Nerdy Talk Show, where we talk nerd. How was your week? Nothing happened. Well, one thing happened. We got a trailer for fucking... You know what? No, I'm just gonna tell you what it is. We got Cruiser talking about his trip to his recent encounter with Coheed and Cambria, but no, we have to talk about this first. Can you tell me what this is? What is this?
That's a creeper. That's a creeperb.
What was this?
That's a creeperb. Spelled the same as creeper, but with a B at the end.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm making fun of me.
Jan, I love you, but god damn it.
What did I do?
I don't know. This was this. You know what? No, this is usually part where I have a small talk thing, but no, we're going straight to the intro. We're going straight to the segment Trailer Park. Like, was this like fucking... Was this like fucking... Is this legit? Is this legit right here?
I think it's a late April Fool's joke, if you ask me.
Really?
It feels like it, at least.
So
it feels like it.
So if you people don't know, Minecraft released the first trailer for its movie. And oh boy, it doesn't look anything like a movie. It looks like an SNL sketch.
I didn't think of that. It kind of does.
Someone in my... I'm not taking credit for that joke. Someone in my work office I was watching it with just said the same thing. He's like, this is an SNL sketch, right?
Props to them.
Like, really? So, I had to look this up to see if it wasn't a joke. Like, I saw the link to it on comicbook.com. They sent me an email, right? And when I saw it, right, I thought... I didn't read the article, but I thought, no way, that's a real thing. And then I looked it up, and I'm like... And I saw the trailer on friggin' Warner Brothers. I'm like, No, 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 no. This is a joke. It looks like this is a joke. So then I went to Wikipedia, and my hopes were dashed. Can I don't even know what to say. But on Wikipedia, I got one thing. I got us a premise. So I want to point out here, I haven't read this yet.
I haven't heard it either.
Excellent. So I'm gonna read this for you for your fucking fucking like for your enjoyment, okay?
Okay.
For Misfits, Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison, played by Jason Momoa. Let that sink in a moment. Henry, Sebastian Hansen, Natalie, Emma Myers, and Dawn by Danielle Brooks. I like how Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison, Jason Momoa's character, has a full name. Find themselves struggling with ordinary problems when they are suddenly pulled through a mysterious portal into the overworld, a bizarre cubic wonderland that strives on imagination. To get back home, they'll have to master this world and protect it from evil things like piglins and zombies too. While embarking on a magical quest with an unexpected expert crafter, Steve, played by Jack Black.
Why is he Steve?
Oh, I'm gonna let that sink in too. Together, their adventure will challenge all five to be bold and to reconnect with the qualities that make each of them uniquely creative, the very skills they need to strive back in the world. You could have made a third Lego movie, dude. Come on. So, yeah. So yes, it begins with them in this world. They're just in this world that's like horribly green screened in there, right?
Oh
Like
God.
I knew a Minecraft movie was probably somewhere on the horizon, but like then I saw and I'm like, yeah, it's going to happen, but I didn't hear any announcements for it, right? So I then thought to myself, like, this is their premise, huh? This is their premise right now. I didn't think of that. I'm just saying. My mind's mixed all over the place on this. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I legitimately am speechless. The only thing that looks
Yeah,
really
I don't really have a lot to say on the movie. I just think
the
it looks bad.
the effects look really good. I'll say that. I mean, the world looks nice, and the effects I like when the floating blocks are there. It was weird seeing Jason Momoa suddenly craft something, and then we got Jack Black. My name is Steve. When I heard that, I paused and I'm like, Jack Black, Jack, sweetie, you're a bunch of things in this life. You're part of Tenacious D. You're Bowser. You're apparently Claptrap. I know that was a bad movie, but that's basically something I gotta live with right now. You, sir, are not a Steve. Yes, when you saw Steve in Minecraft, did you think like big bearded fat guy that was like that putting all that shit together?
No.
Which is a little redundant because all Minecraft characters have the same build, but like you know what I mean. So for like if you were to do a Minecraft story, why are you not doing it on Steve himself? That was my one criticism with Minecraft. I don't know what the hell is going on. I know there's probably a story, but I don't care. Hell, didn't Minecraft have a movie at one point?
I don't think so.
I think there was a
Unless it
mine.
was like fan made or something.
There was story mode. Does that count?
Actually, that would have probably made a better movie.
Yeah, it would have. Because like everything is just it's not like pixelated or anything like that. Like they don't come in as cubed characters. They're just people.
Really, honestly, I think the biggest sin of this movie is the fact they use Steve at all. Steve is not a character; he's a representation.
Yeah.
Like he's there to be like
Steve. That's what he is. He's there to
he,
be Steve.
Steve is a self insert for the player.
Yeah,
And if Steve was absent from this movie, that would have immediately made it like more interesting because like all these people who you have put in there fill the same role as Steve.
exactly. Like friggin' he's Steve is like Link or a Pokemon character you play as. They're supposed to represent the player. So yes, let me put it this way, people. Apparently now, according to, no, I need to look something up. I'm sorry. What did Notch have any say in this?
Probably not. Oh well, no, he's the one who signed over the rights to make the movie.
Yeah, what did Notch?
That was that was like he was still like not an
Oh wait, there's actually
asshole.
something here posted 4 days ago. Notch's take on the Minecraft movie trailer in the Minecraft Reddit, I think. Notch put down,
Oh,
haha, I haven't seen it yet. My honest feelings right now are excitement and mild fear. You know, like the fear you feel when people are about to sing to you at a birthday party or when you realize the movie you're watching is actually a musical. Update. Ready?
uh-oh. What's his update?
Okay, I'm in. Wow, this is a weird feeling.
Huh.
Notch is in on this. First person but there was a guy named Connor saying, got a feeling they're gonna put politics and woke in this one Notch. I wouldn't hold my breath. And his reply was Jada. Jada. What?
I don't
Is that
know.
like a meme
Not
for
just an asshole. I don't care. I really care what he has to say.
this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. So yes, he's in on this. So let the record show people, whenever you logged into Minecraft, Steve was it was not just a weird is Steve black? Is he black?
He's definitely not white.
He's I don't know. Is Steve you've not been playing as a weird blocky guy with a with 5 o'clock shadow, a short haired Frankenstein cut and a friggin' blue shirt. No, you were playing as Jack Black the entire time. Very
I need
well.
to go
I'm
see if there's a Jack Black skin.
there. Is there one? Please tell me there is. So, for the record, people, I have played mine. There's one, isn't there?
There's a few.
Link me them. I want to share them online for the kids.
I'm just gonna take a screenshot of my screen and put it in Ant's chat. Thankfully, there's nothing that our lawyers wouldn't want us to post.
Actually, these are pretty good.
So
Like, I'm looking at some of them. Oh, here's one. I am Steve.
actually, wait, no, don't show that. What is that one there? That's dude's that. Never mind. That dude looks like he's doing blackface. Don't show that.
Oh, God. No. I can't show it because, like, you're not going to be able to see it on the ants chat because I need to, like, change everything. But, like, yeah, it looks ridiculous. Like, hold on. I got a screen share. Here's something, like, I'm going to do a screen share for you guys just so you can see it. Hold on. Let me
I
see.
scrolled down a little bit and I was greeted with an Applejack skin and the Duolingo owl.
The what?
The Duolingo owl as
Oh
a
my
Minecraft
God.
skin.
These are the Minecraft skins available for Jack Black, everybody. I promise you it's gonna be the best thing you'll ever see. I don't even so yes, I have played Minecraft. I'm not a fan of it. Like Scott the Woz described my Minecraft experience perfectly. You played it for 2 days and then I stopped.
I'm
It
not really crazy about newer Minecraft. I love older Minecraft just because there were less
the fuck
moving parts to it and it required you to kind of have to think outside the box to make your own fun in it. And
for
I like stuff like that.
exactly. Let the record show people I'm not showing these to make fun of the people who made them in the designs. I think they're great. I mean, what is this? Steve or Jack Black? I have a stream up. I don't know what this is, but
Huh. It looks like someone tried to make like his
is
beard.
is Ninja Steve, it looks like.
Yeah.
The magical mystery Steve. I am Jack Black.
I am Jack Black.
Is it?
He
Henry?
goes, "I am
Is
Steve."
that Henry or Zoe from friggin' Left 4 Dead? Is that her name Zoe? I forget.
Some I don't know. It's been a while since I played
I thought those were invisible. Like that was his skin, his body.
it.
I am Steve.
I am
I like this
Steve.
one. Dr. Jack Steve, a Minecraft movie. It just looks like Steve. I am Steve. Jack Cactus. Cactus Jack. Okay. Jack Black is Steve. Some of these are really good. Don't get me wrong, but like, come on, Jack, you're not Steve. There's no
Stick with
way.
Bowser.
Steve is Bowser.
Just no, he needs to stick with Bowser and probably not much else.
Yep, yeah, I
Steve
mean,
is not his
like,
fit.
what is this? Like the third video game movie he was in?
I don't know, probably something.
Jack, stay with this guy. Stay with this dude right here. Just stay with this guy. I know it's F. I know it's SMG4, but
Mario.
you know what I mean. My point is the point is I don't know. The kids are definitely gonna see it though. Like
Oh yeah, no,
without
it'll
a
make money.
doubt. Half the money they're making is coming from kids allowance. Thousands of paper routes were picked up just to see the Minecraft movie. Just to leave newspapers on the lawn just to go see Steve. Yeah, everything else is square except for Steve. Again, can I get the backstory of Steve? Like, do you want to be funny?
Hmm.
What was that creepy pasta shit that was
Herobrine?
Hero Brian? I want to see
No, if
him.
Herobrine's in the movie, if Herobrine is in the movie, that's points. That's a plus to me.
That is a plus to me.
Like Herobrine would make it like easily like, oh wait, no, this might be good. But then if they start doing some shit like if they put like
It's just Jack Black with no pupils.
no, you know what would make it a 10 out of 10 movie?
What?
If they included Diggy Diggy Hole,
Wait, what was that?
the Yogscast song.
I wouldn't
I
know.
am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole,
I
diggy diggy hole. If they include that, then it's a 10 out of
I
10.
wouldn't fucking know. I don't watch Minecraft shit.
I used to listen to that song on loop back in like 2011.
Like Minecraft. Do I even have Minecraft downloaded on my computer still? Let's see here. Because apparently I logged in there just to see if I can build something and then trace it and look something good. Nah, it doesn't look like I still have it. Do I? Let me see. Let me look up on my Finder real quick. If I'm gonna play Minecraft, I'm not gonna have an audience where I'm filled with children. It's kind of like how kids ruined Skibbity Toilet. Who am I kidding? Everybody did. Nope. The only thing I got here is today's script, the Minecraft movie poster that I just displayed. Three files of the music of the song "Minecraft is for Everyone" and Bruce's Minecraft Creeper cosplay. I'm at a loss for words too.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot to. Again, I don't really have a lot to say on Minecraft.
Minecraft, Mineshaft. Fuck it. Fuck the Minecraft movie, man. Fuck it right in the deep coat ass. So the next trailer I had up there was for the Wolfman, but I'm gonna wait for Cruiser to get here, just so we can get that out. Just because we wanted to get that out of the way and talk about how shitty the Minecraft thing looked. I don't even know where to begin with that. Like, I would be yelling at the top of my lungs if my parents weren't asleep in the other room.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get out of this house next year.
Are you getting out of it?
Yeah, I'm trying to get an apartment with my girlfriend.
Oh, cool. Hope
Yep.
that goes well.
Yep, I'm paying off a loan there. It's going to be interesting stuff. I found a plan to pay off a lot of money by the end of the year in 14 months. Through 14 months plan. After that, I just got to make us the same amount in a short amount of time. I recently just discovered Skibbity Toilet, right?
You did?
You know the meme.
Yeah, of course.
Yep, I saw the first one. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this song is, but why is there a Gmod character in a toilet?
See, I don't know why it took off the way it did. Like, I wasn't really upset with like Skibidi Toilet's existence or anything like that, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's the same kind of Gmod shit we'd been laughing at for ages. Like, that's fine, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's clearly source movie maker because anybody can make G-Man and Gordon Freeman dance like that
Yeah, but then
that
then it just started like it started getting like merch and whatnot, and I don't know. It just
The funny thing is, you look at this image of Skibbity Toilet, the dude smiling out of the toilet. I'm like, friggin', this looks like an old, like, friggin' Gmod, like an old fucking Gmod, meme. Like, remember Long Scout
yeah.
and like fucking, fuck, what was the one with the engineer? Fucking,
There were a few, but I feel like we might be thinking of the same one.
nope. I like how that sound clip is pretty much the only Team Fortress 2 sound clip used in like people who in multiple videos.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about fucking what was it? It was like Vagineer fucking shit.
Yeah, I was thinking of Vagineer.
Yep. I remember I used to be on this Team Fortress 2 map. It was called Achievement Turbo.
Mhm.
And it was like one of these cool things you could just go around and get achievements. You go down and fucking you go to the Pyro's house and everything. You ever been on this map?
This sounds familiar.
Yep. I remember there was one room where if you go in there and you tap a water cooler, like fucking soldier comes out and eats you or something. I forgot what that one was called.
I gotta play TF2 again at some point.
Yeah.
I am glad the save TF2 thing went as well as it did. Who pinged me?
What do you
Who
mean?
messaged me?
What do you mean the save TS2 thing? What happened? They gonna stop it?
Fucking the bots, the bot problem.
What was going on?
So you couldn't get into a game without like a bot being in the server, and these were like really intrusive bots. And if you like if you tried to go against the bot creators would fucking spread your info all over the place. They would always say like racial shit. They were posting illegal shit in servers.
Yeah.
And like there was this has been a problem for years. And there was a huge push like a month or two ago. I think maybe even longer. Um, and people were mad. There were people like
What
going
the
and
fuck?
like standing outside Valve's office. There was a big huge like petition made. They hand delivered it to their office. It's like this huge book of like 500,000 signatures or
Gabe
something.
Newell himself had it on his was put on his desk.
Um,
Oh
and
my,
eventually Valve just started like
oh
making these
my
crazy huge
God,
ban waves. It was a big deal.
dude. So I was looking up more the Skibbity Toilet on like Google Images, right? And I saw a cosplay.
Yeah.
I saw a cosplay of it. I'm like, you shouldn't be surprised. But then I thought to myself, I fucking wonder. I go to the search bar next to Skibbity Toilet and type in
Oh no,
SPIRITHALLOWE.
they absolutely yeah.
I pressed enter and I've now lost hope in all humanity. Spirit Halloween, you're a good store, but you keep ruining my fucking every fucking fandom I can find. I like how the image there's a TikTok one thumbnail that says, "What is Spirit Halloween on?" It says Ruby's inflatable skibbity toilet. Do I know something that's really kind of annoying?
Hmm.
They're making it into a movie.
Oh yeah. No, that I was confused by.
I fucking
We don't need to make everything into a movie, people. I know it'll make money, but please have some common sense.
did the Grumpy Cat movie work? No.
Did that happen?
I don't even like what is the song he sings?
I don't know.
I'm like, dude, what language are you speaking? I don't like it. I'm like, come on, dude, you can't. Don't you like it? Like, it's kind of like what happened with the creepypasta fandom when we were like underground and then those two girls fucking screwed shit up.
What, the Slender Man
Yeah,
stabbings
the
or
Slend.
whatever?
Yeah, we were like in when I did Snow Mount Silver. When it came out, I was like, I was a celebrity in the creepypasta fan for like I don't know, maybe like 3 months, whatever. I had my 5 minutes of fame. I was fine with it, whatever. So when the Slender, we were, but that was a time when like we were like an underground fandom, right?
Yeah,
Like when I made the Snow Mount Silver movie, right? I brought the actors into my college's conference room and I had to educate them on what creepypasta was and everything, and they never heard of it because none of them heard of it. So we were like this underground like campfire like midnight society, right?
yeah,
And when we did it, it was like, and then when the incident happened, I had to put an apology on like give a statement online. Cleric of Madness, the guy who ran the wiki at the time, put a statement online, and everybody else did, right? And then
yeah,
friggin' adults saw, huh, creepypasta, what the fuck is that? And then we went from like the creepypasta like algorithm went up and like everybody was like posting stories all over to the point where we couldn't manage it, and that's why they kept getting worse. If you do,
yeah,
and if you still don't believe me, I don't know if you remember this in the Snow Mount Silver movie. Mr. Creepypasta has a cameo in it,
yeah,
and this was like during a time nobody really watched his shit. And then that happened. He got a spike, and now he's a touring storyteller. I fucking hate reality. You ruin
yeah.
everything, people. You ruin everything. I mean, there was also, I mean, hey, I will admit the stuff, the ideas they came up with Channel Zero was okay, but I'll give you that. Heck, even my dad, who's never even heard of creepypasta, brought up and said, "Hey, what's this Blair Witch shit rip off?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? This Slender Man?" And I'm like, "Oh my God!" Like, really? That's kind of why I feel safe at the Tron ride. Like, I even when I was trained at the Tron ride recently, I asked my trainer. The first thing I asked him is, "How many people that go into this ride know what a Tron is?"
Probably not many.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I think the Tron movies are safe. Like when Tron Ares comes out, I'm like saying to myself, to them, please make the plot endlessly complicated like the other two, please.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, technically, if even if it isn't, if it is easy to follow, they won't be able to follow the other stuff. Jesus God, I gotta
I'm
go
really excited for the soundtrack for that movie.
for Nine Inch Nails. Yeah, it's gonna be great, definitely. I mean, I find it interesting. I found it like an interesting choice because the other Tron movies had chose their artists very carefully. I mean, the first one with the ingenious Wendy Carlos, who I've gone on about here. I mean, they got a person who invented the Moog synthesizer, so that was a good move, and Daft Punk was easily like the next level of it. Actually, you know who Gershon Kingsley was, right?
Yeah, of course.
I'm so happy you said yes to that, by the way. If you guys don't know, Gershon Kingsley was made one of the most famous electronic songs out there that everybody and their grandma has covered. That song being obviously fill in the blank, Jan.
Hold on. Wait a minute. No, don't wait up for me. Don't put me on the spot like that.
Yep, do it. What's the name of the
I'm,
song?
I'm, I'm replying to a message. Just go on without me. Sorry. It's important. It's for
No,
my
I can.
team.
Nope, I can wait. Funny enough, I posted the music video for that online. My mom put a disco put a disco dancing emoji on the in the comment section. He's like, I used to dance to this all the time at the local disco. I'm like, oh my God, my mom used to rave. But no, seriously, you know the song name.
Which one? Wait, sorry. No.
The
Fill me back in. So I made my reply. What's up?
okay, Gershon Kingsley. What was the one song he was famous for the most?
Popcorn.
Exactly. First of all, I love the Steve Aoki cover as well as the Muppets cover, by the way.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the Muppets cover of Popcorn, it's the best. It's actually really clever what they do. But so yeah, I remember I saw a video of an interview with him, right? And in the comments section, actually, you know what? What the fuck? I can just actually bring it up right now because it's actually kind of a sad story slash comment. First of all, I would love to see him doing like live scores. So like apparently he did a lot of stuff with Laurence Olivier. He did a lot, man. Shame he passed away it was like 2 years ago, man.
Yeah.
And that was like a time when like electronic was like experimental. Let me see here. Here it is. This guy made a comment here 3 years ago named John Presnell. Years ago, I used to go to a diner in Midtown Manhattan, and for a while, Gershon Kingsley would be the person sitting next to me at the counter. I had no idea. He had no idea who he was, right? So he said, we chatted all the time. All our chats were always pleasant. One time, the conversation turned to music, and when he told me he was the composer of Popcorn, I was bowled over. I never saw him again after that. Oh, there's another one here, actually. I never read this one. Hold on, let me see what this says here. No, this is just something there. So yeah, he did stuff for like Laurence Olivier. He did stuff for like Coca-Cola. He did a lot of stuff. It was interesting because I liked his take on Cruisers here. How's that, man?
Howdy.
Let me just get things set up there because I want to talk about that recent trailer that came out with you in particular.
Which trailer?
You know the trailer. Now let's get the start. I'll the trailer I'll tell you about when you get here, of course. We were just talking about Gershon Kingsley, the guy who made the song Popcorn.
Okay.
If you don't know, yeah, I'm assuming you don't know what that song is.
No, but I like popcorn.
Well, actually, the song is not called Popcorn; it's Popcorn. The pop is meant to start. Ooh, ask and you shall receive. The pop is meant to stand for pop music, and the corn is like kitsch.
Mm-hmm.
So like the guy Popcorn, I guarantee you've heard the Higgins. I'm sorry, Jan. There's no way you can. Cruiser being a music fan, there's got to be one point he heard the song before.
You've probably heard it at some point in passing. If you don't recognize it by name,
You can hear it. It's like
there's a pretty good
yeah,
chance.
it's like I played it for you. It's like do 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 do.
There's a good chance you have, but keep in mind my mind is a bit scatterbrained as of late. So
Yeah, of course. So here, let's go back to the. So let's in that case, let's go back to the trailer park thing, I guess. I'm not even gonna finish it now. I'm just gonna go to the thing and just talk about this. So we were just talking about that god awful Minecraft movie trailer, and there was another one that came out this time, Cruiser. One that was cut for the Wolfman.
there was a trailer for that.
Yeah, and the trailer's fucking awesome.
Wonder if they got Spencer.
Well, they didn't. Here's the premise for the Wolfman remake. It's first of all, it's from the same guys who made that. You know that awesome remake of the Invisible Man that came out. Yeah, it's the guys who made that.
Oh, that movie was good.
If that
Okay.
so,
That was a fun one.
yeah, I like the design of the Invisible Man in that movie. How it had like that cyber like look to him.
Yeah, kind of a double entendre there. Yeah, I like the look of the Invisible Man. What look?
Well, when he had like a physical form at one point,
Yeah, of course.
how he was able to actually control his invisibility. Could he control it in the original? Can't remember. It was the bandages, I know that, but in the remake, he was like a cyberpunk nightmare. And I say that in all the best ways. Well, not so much cyberpunk, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So in this one, this Wolfman actually, I believe, takes place in modern day. It looks like. San Francisco
Uh,
man Blake inherits his childhood home in remote Oregon wilderness following the presumed death of his estranged father. With his marriage to Charlotte fraying, he convinces her to visit the property with her daughter, Ginger. At night, the family is attacked by a werewolf and takes refuge inside a farmhouse. where Blake begins to undergo a monstrous transformation. So it's like a modern werewolf story. Now, what's cool
This
about
sounds
this is
promising.
as they're showing clips, right?
Yeah.
It's a black screen. Next thing you know, there's a slash mark on the screen, and that slash mark stays on the screen for the rest of the trailer.
Oh, really?
And as the trailer goes on, there's more slash marks that go through it, like carving the title throughout the trailer. It's
Mhm.
really cool. It's as if something happened to the screen. It's really cool.
Okay, that's very interesting, actually.
Yeah, good or bad movie, that's a creative idea for a trailer. I goes good for all those trailers that do for trailers that come up with original ideas like that. You can get behind that. Yes, Jan?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I like trailers that play around with stuff. You know, kind of like what PT did with the video game with their video game, or like friggin'
Mhm.
I can't believe I'm saying this. That one Texas Chainsaw Massacre Michael Bay movie where it was just a black screen. You hear the woman screaming and trying to hide, only to get that thing.
The Michael Bay remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre is legitimately good. It
Oh,
is.
oh wait, hold on. Both of them,
Just the one, not the prequel.
very good, very good.
But still, it was a Michael Bay production.
Hmm.
Give him credit where credit is due.
Yeah, that was the time when Michael Bay tried to do everything horror movie related. The horror Bay phase.
Yeah,
Don't.
and I would also throw Uwe Boll there, but however, I not too long ago I saw this podcast interview with him,
Oh my god.
and you know what? I actually got to see a different side of the guy,
Oh my
a
god.
side that I didn't know existed.
Yeah, he's a.
Like when people compared him to Ed Wood, he thought that was an unfair comparison because on a technical level, he is better than Ed Wood.
Oh yeah,
And
no doubt. I mean, Ed Wood. He made bad movies, but I can at least respect him for what he was trying to do. If you watch the Burton movie, you can clearly like get what he was trying to do, and you can kind of relate as like a filmmaker. He's just a guy who wanted to legitimately tell a story, but failed.
and for Uwe, he just liked the process of making a movie. And a lot of people always want to point to that whole tax uh write-off thing
Yeah.
as, why his movies were bad. That tax write-off thing actually isn't true. Because if someone invests in a movie, they want to make their money back.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I think there was a that the tax thing is no longer a thing. I think it used to be one. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, it has since been removed. And the other thing too is that when he actually would say he would fight his critics, he did fight them.
Oh
But the
yeah.
reason why he did is because he thought it would make for good TV. That was it.
Oh
It had
yeah.
nothing to do with people actually criticizing him. It's the interviews on side scrollers,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's worth checking out because,
Yeah.
like I said, I got to see a side of the guy that I didn't know existed, and it's nice to know that he wasn't this vengeful filmmaker. He
Well,
just wanted to try something, and
oh my god. I remember. I know his best movie. What you've seen Uwe Boll's Rampage, haven't you, Jan?
Yes.
It's a very hard movie to watch. I saw it in college. It's just a guy who's like fed up with society. He goes around with like like two machine guns and like this pretty badass armor and just shoots people. People think it's hilarious. I'm like, no, this is actually kind of disturbing and kind of some of depressing actually. So he wanted to make a third entry. He made a sequel. I don't know how it did, but yeah, the first one apparently people say was good, but like the third one, he did it on Kickstarter, right?
hmm
And it it blew. It like failed badly. So what do you think he did, Cruiser?
he made a video about it. He got pissed off and yelled into the camera.
Yeah, he got yelled at in the camera there. Like I made a video reaction to it. I'm like, okay, I think Uwe Boll it's his nap time. He needs to like calm the fuck down. And like
He
someone
actually
messaged
runs a,
what?
he actually owns and runs his own restaurant now.
Oh yeah, I know. He's a food critic. I know that he did stuff with food. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, like I remember moments afterwards, right? Fucking someone messaged me on Facebook. It was like a guy I didn't know, right?
hmm
And like this is funny. Whether it's not supporting anything, but this was just a funny message. He's like dude, I saw your video. How about you go fuck yourself? Rampage has nothing to do. Inuvable. Who those two don't even mix together. That has nothing to do with it. 5 minutes pass by. He's like, okay, no, wait, I saw the video context. Yeah, you're right. Fuck you. Fuck you, well, sorry. I didn't even reply to him. I'm like, okay, cool. That was fun. I got into drama and got out of it and won, I guess. Let that be a staple right now, okay? All right. Evan got to internet unintentionally got into internet drama and won without saying a damn thing.
Come on, tablet. Come on.
The
Come
only
back
reason I
into
didn't
it.
reply to him is because I didn't give a shit. But like that's pretty much the. I'm like when I saw him, like I don't know, dude, bro. I don't know who you are. I'm not gonna fucking. How did you find my Facebook?
On your face.
Yeah, face in the book.
Someone actually did that for Halloween once. That they actually he went trick or treating door to door, but he just wrote the word book across his face.
Oh, yeah, I remember one time I went to a costume party. Someone went there dressed as YouTube. And actually,
I want to do
it was a pretty damn creative cosplay, actually. So he had like one of the old YouTube screens, right? Yeah, and
Mhm.
get that. So and he had like a cardboard cutout where the video section would be, right?
Mhm.
And the poster board was over a monitor that he had taped to his face, and he had like a camera in his hands, and he was showing everything he was filming. I'm like, okay, that's creative. I like that. The other props goes to the guy who made the DVD idle screen cosplay. You know the one, Jan. You know the one.
Yeah.
It was cool. He just went around with like a screen on a dolly and just went behind and just moved a magnet with the logo not hitting the corners. And I hated idle screens that it didn't bother me so much that whether or not they hit the corners, but I hated the one that just blinked. I'm like, no, dude, you
Yeah.
gotta make that thing move. I'm sorry, you gotta make that thing move and bounce. I'm sorry, no. Bonus points if you get it to change colors.
Did that thing ever hit the corner?
No, never did, and it never will. Knowing
It's a
you,
real.
no, Cruiser. You like to publicly debate people. I want you to go into like an internet forum and just give a legitimate debate. Like, no, they had to make that thing hit the corner. Corner. This is the fucking worst DVD screen I've ever seen. Nothing is satisfying about it.
Nah, that one's not worth it.
Just go there and be the guy. Just go there and be the guy.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, that's fine. Cruiser doesn't find drama, drama finds him.
No, I'm just picky about the drama that I get involved with.
True. But
Like
anyway,
I try like I only try to go into debates that I know I have a great shot at winning.
is that a smart one or is that like is that smart?
Yes.
I mean, I guess to the beholder, but I wouldn't. I think other people have the same
Because
thing.
I mean, honestly, like in all my years of debating people, you can usually tell, which way the debate's gonna go with after like maybe 4 interactions.
Mm.
Uh, not and the best example I can think of,
Yeah.
is a bit too political, so I can't bring it up here.
Yeah, it's fine. I get that. Oh my god! I just switched tabs on the internet and it brought back that fucking Hollow Spirit Halloween costume. We were talking about modern day internet memes, and one of them was I finally got introduced to Skibbity Toilet, and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? And then I
Is it
looked
like
up
super? Toilet?
what
Is it like super toilet? It's
Higgins.
a
I'm
bubble
sorry,
plunger!
Jan.
Mhm.
Can you do me a favor and go to the ants chat and send Cruiser a link to Skibbity Toilet?
Fine. Let me
Thank you.
grab it.
Thank you.
Do it, Pinky Pusher.
Yeah.
Pinky pusher.
I got nothing else.
Cruiser, put your
No,
headphones
that
on.
no, that no, that works. That works.
Cruiser, put your
I'll accept
headphones
that.
on. I want you to listen to this with your headphones on, and I want to see your facial reaction to Skibbity Toilet. I'm gonna but before you click it, let me just put you on the center stage because this is going to be a momentous occasion. Are you ready for this, Cruiser? You put it on there, didn't you?
Now, for the record, I'm going to do this on my phone because I'd rather just not be switching Bluetooth
Fine,
somehow.
fine, go ahead.
Okay, let's see here.
All right,
It's
there's the full Skibbity Toilet series.
No, just the one. I need the first one.
Oh well, fucking fine.
Just the first one. Don't hit that one yet, Cruiser. Just he has to see the first.
That's a really good ad.
Don't no, get out of that.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Come on, I don't want Skibbity Toilet in my fucking
Do you want me to do it?
thing. You probably should. The
Okay,
fuck
hold on.
boom needs to like reorganize his playlist. This
Hold
shit is
on,
impossible.
I'll do it. I'll just look it up and just go to shorts. Where's the original? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Hold on, let me just pause that and just send it to Cruiser. Did he hit it? Okay, Cruiser. There
I
you
don't know.
go. There's the link. If the thumbnail doesn't scare you enough, here you go.
Oh, there's the camera guy.
No, hit the first guy. The one I just posted in the ants chat.
All right, time to remove Skibbity Toilet from my history.
Did you just clip his mic from laughing hard?
That's what it looked like.
Admit it, you feel that head going right up your ass. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, him.
Oh, I don't know.
Cruiser.
How am I gonna make these legs work? I need to make these legs work.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, what the fuck?
You said the one when I sent you, just the dude's head in the toilet.
I just want I just want one of them to say shit or get off the pot.
Admit it, you feel that
Shoulda
head
get off
going.
the pot.
Funny because I feel that head going right up the ass. But like, fucking, I saw that and apparently, yeah, that's what the Gen Z kids are into nowadays. And now there's a Spirit Halloween costume of it.
Because why not?
I like it because the first thing you see is G-Man from Half-Life 2 just walking by on the bottom. I don't know what this song is. But yeah, I was at like I was doing rope drop one day and like I hear these two little kids like saying like, yeah, skibbity skibbity, you know, this is skibbity, and I'm like, oh my god, I hate today's youth.
You sound so old saying that.
Yep, I do. I'm like, why can't you kids watch real memes like fucking Chocolate Rain? Back in my day, our meme was a dude with an afro trying to be a ninja.
And failed to do a flip
Yep,
and somehow got the job.
Yep. Somehow, although he did have a good recovery afterwards. I know he fell over after he got back up, but he still had some recovery at least. I'm like, yeah, props. I wonder what that guy's doing nowadays. Let me look that up. Afro Ninja.
Okay, well, if you're gonna do that, can I tell one of my stories?
Which one?
Let's start with the concert.
All right, I got your fucking photographs of fuckheads up, right, ready to go. Just do that. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, I recently went to Tampa to go see a concert. Now, the concert was headlined by Incubus. They were celebrating, I think, the 23rd anniversary of their album Morning View, but I was really there to see the opening act, Coheed and Cambria. Pardon me.
Jan, are you familiar with
Who,
this band, by the way? Sorry to interrupt you.
yeah.
A little bit. Not
Yeah.
super in depth, but
I like
I'm
the song.
familiar.
I like the song they did, "Welcome Home." I didn't even know they did that song.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the riff
Yeah.
though.
So, but I want, of course, knowing me, I want to get their autograph. And because their box sets go for a lot of money.
Oh my god.
And if I can get one of them signed, cha-ching. But I went to the autograph collectors group that Evan and I are both a part of, and I told them that I'm going to this show. It's at the Amalia Arena in Tampa. Where are my best access points? And everyone says, "Dude, you are not going to have an easy time with this one."
Once again, sorry to interrupt you. Just tell me when you want what photos to go up there. I have them in the order that you sent me. Just let me know what ones to show.
Sure. Uh, and I was even talking with my contact in Tampa, and he said, "Dude, this is one of the most hardest locations. You might not, get this." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" he said, "Well, this is the back of the arena, Evan."
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Now, where the arrow is where the buses are parked, and where the circle is the closest point I can get. So it's quite a distance away. Your best bet is to, look for people who might be who are in the band and just holler as loud as you can. And a little tidbit here for anybody who wants to do a venture like this: if the thing to look for is if they're with if they're with the band or they're part of the crew. Uh, the best thing is to obviously look for those VIP laminates. But here's the kicker: they don't wear them around their neck anymore. Not official ones. Official ones they tend to wear around their waist because no one typically looks down there. So sure enough, someone walks out, and I take a good look, and sure enough, I see a laminate of their latest single, "The Joker," and I just holler as loud as I can, "Can you sign for me?" And he's like, "Oh!" But of course he heard. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm coming, I'm coming." And sure enough, he makes his way over. It was the bass player,
What did you
which
shout? Sorry, you kind of cut out there.
can you sign? Because I'm holding up, one of the boxes. I'm like, "Can you sign
Can you
for
sign
me?"
this for me? Sorry, you keep cutting out when you're doing that high pitched
Yeah, can
voice.
you? Yeah, no. Can you sign this for me? Yeah.
Yeah. So he, sure enough, he comes over, and it's the bass player. Evan, go ahead.
No, this is the answer desk.
Oh yeah. uh, the security guard actually had this really funny sign hanging in the window, and I love it when people have a sense of humor about their jobs or themselves, what they do. Evan, go ahead and show
I
people.
already am showing it and I love it. You gotta get one of those. I gotta get one of those on a t-shirt.
Yeah, or like maybe like post it at Disney. It's like, "You want an answer? $1. Look like I care? $2."
Surprisingly, that would technically fit in, I guess.
Yeah, like I absolutely love that. And security was actually very cool with me too because when you again do something like this, as long as you're very cool with security, you obey their rules, and you have good personality, the more they're willing to work with you. And sure enough, they that guy, the bass player, came over and he signed these things for me. I'll show him out a bit later here because I got quite a bit of things signed. But I told him how much of an influence they were to me because I'm doing the same thing that they're doing. I'm making a book with a music project. And when I, like I've always heard of them, but I didn't know that's what they were known for till like 15 years later. And when I found that out about them, I went out and I bought every book. I listened to every album, did research to find out how they did it, and asked myself, okay, what can I do to make this my own? And he was very flattered by that. He told me that two of the guys are out exploring the city and I can catch them on the way in. So I got lucky with that. But he said that Claudio was somewhere in the back. Claudio's their singer.
Gotcha.
And he's like the main writer of the books. And I asked him, like, "Do you think you can ask him to come out and sign this for me?" He says, "I'll try, but I kind of doubt it." So anyway, I'm very excited. Like, hey, I got this. I got to meet one out of the four members. Like, okay, this is cool. And some time goes by,
Oh yeah,
and then
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to show the images? I'm sorry to interrupt you constantly. Please excuse me.
of the just of the bass player.
And that's the guy with the gray shirt.
Uh,
Yeah,
I,
you put on the.
yeah,
I already have it up, so I apologize if I got it wrong. Please excuse again.
mhm,
I graciously apologize.
okay. And then suddenly, some time goes by, and someone else comes up. Uh, And but this time, he was wearing, the laminate around his shirt. So so he was pretty easy to spot. And sure enough, it was the drummer. I had him sign everything. His name was Josh, and told him the exact same thing. And he was very flattered by that. And then he told me, I haven't even read the books. So, which yeah, I guess is okay. You don't necessarily have to read the books. You're just the drummer. Yeah, but I do wonder though if he at least reads the scene of which each song is about, because he still has to come up with an appropriate beat to go with this. But again, he was very touched and flattered about just how much of an influence that they were on me, and wished me the best of luck of trying to do this. And I again asked him if he can ask Claudio to come out, and he tells me the same thing. I'll try, but I doubt it. Like, okay.
I'm hearing the
Like,
same soundbite like over and over.
it's like, why is it such a big deal? I don't get it. It's like, oh no, he's the singer, he's the mastermind. We can't. But I find out why later, which you guys will too. Then suddenly, some woman comes walking by, and it's his wife. And turns out his wife is also an author. She wrote the Vaxis series, of which her husband's band did the music for. And I had the posters of those box sets with me, and I had her sign them. And of course, got my picture with her, Evan.
I got it. Yep, got it up and ready.
Okay. And I asked her the same thing, like, can you ask your husband to come out? Same reaction. Yeah. And then some time goes by, and their guitar player shows up. And again, same thing. Have them sign everything, tell them how big of an influence they were on me, what I'm trying to do with my project, and what can I do to make my own. He's very flattered by that. I asked for Claudio. Uh, we really can't, just because we're about to go do sound check. Matter of fact, I gotta get going. Like, can I get a quick picture? Thank you. and he goes in there, and it's about 30 minutes until doors open. So I figured, okay, I should probably at least go in, and just come back out for when Incubus does their encore, and wait for the guy then. So sure enough, I go in there, and they actually let us in like 30 minutes early because it started raining. Thank God. I had a bag with me, and everything was zipped up.
Nice.
And yeah, and the first place I always go to is the merch booth, because they could have collectibles for sale there, and sure enough, they did. Aside from the T-shirt that I bought, Evan,
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
I always go for the tour shirts, because those are tour exclusives. The Dragonflies are from their book series, the Amory Wars. But then I saw that the singer actually had signed copies of his first book for sale, uh, which were only like $45. But okay, sure, why not? Evan, go ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Nice.
So yeah, so I go in there, I get these two items and get myself a drink and go find my seat. And just kind of kick back, enjoy the show. Now, performance-wise, Coheed and Cambria brought it. They were giving it their all.
Nice.
Yeah, but my God, I wish they would up their stage production, because, they created, this book series. They have this huge, expansive world of characters and settings to explore. How come you're not bringing this live? I mean, put some props up there. Make a set that you can put up there. Do something that shows off your book on
Hell,
stage.
even
You
Skrillex had a spaceship for a DJ booth.
Yeah, now granted, maybe it's because it wasn't a headlining show. They were just the opening act. Maybe that had something to do with it. But I hope that's the case, because again, you spent years building this world, and you're not going to bring that live? What? But whatever. Incubus comes out on stage, and the other thing too about Coheed and Cambria is that there wasn't a whole lot of talking in between songs. Like, he didn't really do much to hype up the crowd. He didn't really explain what the songs were about. He just went from one song to the next and to the next and to the next, which is not uncommon. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of expect a bit more than just we're Coheed and Cambria from New York.
Yeah, opening acts kind of crazy.
Yeah, I
I
mean the
think that's
opening.
maybe why they didn't up the ante in this one. I know I can imagine they probably did it with the other concerts and everything like that, but I can imagine if they were like, since they were an
At
opening
least the
act,
ones that
they
they were headlining, yeah. Uh, but I will say the one. But if I had to venture another guess as to why, is it probably allows for a bit more songs, because the good thing about concerts where there's just two bands and only two bands is that it allows for more time for songs. So maybe they just want to, try to squeeze as many as they can in there. So anyway, Incubus comes out on stage, and there's like literally no production. There's just like this little setup. Like, you guys are playing an arena. How can you not have a backdrop? And I mean, even Coheed and Cambria had that. Uh, they play their first song, like, okay, yeah. And then by the second song, that's when they pull down the curtain. They release the laser lights and the lighting rig. It's like, okay, why didn't you start with this? First impressions are everything. But whatever. I, enjoy, the songs. But the thing that really that kind of bothered me is that on the album Morning View, there are some songs that hit pretty hard. Like maybe on the heaviness scale, at least for Incubus, is like maybe a 7. But live, it's like at a 6 or a 5. It's like, guys, what the heck? So, for some songs, yeah, they definitely brought it. They, uh, because like like 2 songs later, now they're playing like the stuff that slaps. I'm like, why didn't you do this 2 songs ago? It almost kind of feels like Incubus is kind of embarrassed by some of their previous work, which that really bothers me because there's a lot, regardless of how you feel about it or what the internet or media say about it, there are still fans, just people who enjoy it. And you gotta bring it for them. But whatever. So anyway, it's time for their on. And what they did is that they played Morning View in its entirety. So I made sure I stayed for that whole thing. And by the time the encore hit, that's when I went back out. And so I'm back out there, and the encore finishes. People are leaving, and sure enough, Josh actually walks back out. He sees me and goes, "Listen, man, we tried. Okay, Claudio does not want to come out. Yeah, his family is in town. Yeah, it turns out a lot of his in-laws are from Tampa, so that's why he didn't. And I can't really blame him for that. Like he's like his family's in town, they're saying goodbye, he's exhausted, he's about ready to go to bed. And I do understand, but part of me still wanted to get at least, 2 things signed by him. And I would go to Josh and I say to him, "Can you at least see if he'll sign these 2 things for me?" And you can see the gears in his head are turning. He's like, I mean, it's not like Claudia will be coming out, and this guy has shown his dedication. Okay, just these 2 things, nothing else. And if he doesn't, then that's that. I'm terribly sorry. I can't promise, but let's see. So he takes my 2 items back, and I'm just sitting there waiting, waiting, and waiting, and like maybe 5 or 10 minutes later, he comes back. Like, okay, this doesn't necessarily mean that it happened, but let's see here. Let's see. He hands them back to me, and I see there's a 4th signature on these 2
Oh
items.
my god.
And because here's the thing, and this is actually why it took a bit of a time. See, this is one of the things I wanted signed. Now
Boom.
this is called Year of the Black Rainbow. This is considered their holy grail of their output. And I wanted each of their signatures to be in a different color because, rainbow, and this is black. However, I gave him an orange paint Sharpie and it did not work. Like
Oof.
they tried scribbling on this thing. They tried to get the paint to work, but they just couldn't. But he did have a regular black Sharpie so that he could sign this. This is a certificate that came with
Nice.
one of my box sets. And see,
Awesome.
if you got the box set early, this would come signed. But I got mine late, so it wasn't. And so they just used, the Sharpie on the black Sharpie to sign this, which to be fair, you can see it.
Yeah, it works with there anyway. At least you can see. That's the best part about stuff there. At least you have backups there. I guess the
Yeah,
lesson learned here is always have a spare paint marker.
yeah.
Just put like a
So,
tape thing that says spare until you like remove it. But yeah, yeah, I do need you to kind of bring it on home.
okay, yeah, so that was what I had signed. And as far as the posters that I had his wife sign, okay, we'll do like a bit of a we'll do a Star Trek scroll or Star Wars scroll.
Wow, this looks like the thing they would show after the text crawl.
Yeah, this is from Vaxis Act 1, Unheavenly Creatures.
Vaxis wasn't that?
And
Yeah, go on.
yeah, that was from my concept album video.
Yeah, of course.
And this is Act 2.
Oh my god, nice. That's a future cosplay for you, is that dude?
And as for the vinyls, this was one of them.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's the one with Welcome Home.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why that looks so faded. I mean, because he signed it with a pink Sharpie.
Hmm.
Same with that one. But the one
Higgins,
thing
this
that
is what
Josh
I'm sorry, Jan. This is what Cruiser does for a living. He just goes around, stalks bands, and won't let them breathe until they sign something.
I really wish you did not legitimately wish you did not use that word, dude.
I know. Please excuse me. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, because there's a lot of connotation with that.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I know. I'm just joking. Please excuse me.
yeah, but
I
all
understand.
it takes, yeah.
Yeah, please excuse me. Sorry.
And the guy, but Josh told me that they are coming back next year, and when they do their headlining tours, they will have VIP packages for sale. Because I actually, and when I do, if I do that, Claudio will sign everything for me. Because I did bring like a bunch of other things, and I might bring those vinyls back just so I can have uh their bass player re-sign them with a
Hmm.
brighter with a with a brighter ink.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And yeah, so definitely had fun. Looking forward to them coming again, and hopefully I can get me Claudio and tell him what I told them.
Every autograph you have has a story, so you got another full so you got another full set.
Yep.
Excellent. But yeah, I mean, like my question to you is, first of all, Jan, do you have any questions to the concert
About
about the concert cruiser and his
no,
experience with Coheed?
Considering
no,
he saw me get autographs at Everfree Northwest, I think he knows what I'm about.
Did you
yeah.
you didn't? Oh yeah, you should have seen him at MegaCon. He had like a whole cart.
Oh God, yeah.
The
I'm just imagining. I'm just imagining like you pushing around like a shopping cart.
It was more
yeah,
of
he's beating the
it
shopping
was
cart.
more of a two-level wagon actually.
A
It
little
was,
red.
it was like a collapsible wagon that had like two shelves on it.
Wait, was it
You
what?
got to
Was
get
it red?
yourself like a you got to get yourself like a Target shopping cart.
Cruiser's red wagon. There you go.
And matter of fact, speaking of that, a friend of mine actually went to Dragon Con where Jonathan Frakes from Gargoyles was,
Oh
and I had
yeah.
him sign a couple
Nice.
things.
I got
Yeah,
so
he stuck
that's a name there. You call you have to get like that's you have that you still have that wagon, right?
no, because it belonged to a friend of mine. I gave it back to
Oh
him.
you,
damn.
you gotta get like a red
Yeah.
Target
Oh,
shopping cart and also call it the concert cruiser.
the concert's PT Cruiser.
The word con will be in parentheses. That way it means cons and concerts.
There you go, yeah.
The concert
So my
cruiser.
question to you is, are you going to shoot for beat?
um, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure, just because this is going to be at the Orlando Hard Rock, and I've only seen one show there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what behind the building setup is like.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. I'm more likely. Theme parks usually have a hard time getting it. But if you
If
got
any,
that guy from King Crimson, that would be awesome.
if anything, what I'm betting on is that perhaps they'll have signed memorabilia for sale. Just because unless you're pulling Ramstein numbers,
Yeah.
which that's Ramstein, uh, selling signed memorabilia is a good way to make a little extra cash. And as talented and as incredible as those musicians are, they're not selling out stadiums. So I'm hoping they'll just have signed memorabilia for sale.
Hmm. I don't know. I think they did sell out a couple of shows.
Yeah,
According to
but
my
again,
dad.
it's not stadiums.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't really know too much there. I gotta refresh myself on their music. I got 2 weeks. Yeah. I don't know if you saw this, by the way. Keep in mind on that day of the concert, Friday, the Hard Rock's at Universal, Halloween Horror Nights same night.
Of course.
So that traffic is gonna be crazy. So be
Well, I'm
That's
already
gonna
going to
be
be in
nightmarish.
Orlando for Mayor Fair,
hmm.
Ugh.
and I plan on going to Horror Nights on Sunday.
Well, still
after the
like,
con.
well, still just be careful on the road there. There, you don't want to get held up by traffic.
Hmm.
I4 is unpredictable around that hour, especially because people are coming home. But anyway,
Cruiser, I will still be in contact with you when you're at Merrifair because there's a print that I want to get.
Sure thing.
nice.
And I was actually speaking of Merrifair, I was surprised to see that they actually got some of the bigger known Brony musicians to appear there. Like Prince Whatever, he's gonna be there. Forever Free Brony, he's gonna be there. Whirlwind Drums is gonna be there. Like, damn.
Aren't you in
Okay.
contact? Aren't you in contact with Prince?
Him and all three of those guys actually.
Oh yeah, dude,
But it,
that guy owes me a cameo. Dude.
Prince Whatever.
Yeah. So okay, it's time for a story time with Daddy Evan. So, like, here's the situation. So back then, I did a certain project, right?
Okay.
It was a stupid fanfic project that will go unnamed on here. Jan knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't talk about that. I gave them their final hurrah at the opening of World's Incarnation. But um in the third part of it, Prince Forever was supposed to send me lines for a cameo, and the guy didn't send. After like weeks of waiting, I just had to do the line myself because he didn't send me shit. So yeah, you see him say, yeah, I won't go into details, but you promised my friend a cameo for a video, and you fucking. I'm not being a dick about it. Obviously, I'm not there. I'm not being a dick. I just think it was funny, just an opportunity.
Hmm.
It's like you better give me a cameo. The moment he gets, I'm like, my life is now complete. I can now die happy. I mean, like he's talented. I mean, there's a reason why I used one of his songs in my video, in the trailer for World's Incarnation. And you got him to cover a song. You paid him to cover a song, didn't you?
uh, sort of more of to update a song, which was "Let It Rain" by Sunset Shimmer
Hmm.
from Equestria Girls, because listening to it, I can tell it was trying so hard to be an Evanescence song,
Yeah.
but they instead turn it into an indie rock song, like from Fawn, Foster the People, or Imagine Dragons, and it really bothered me because that may be what's trendy, but if you want something to like really be knocked out of the park, then go with what the artist is saying here. Because I'll never forget when I played that clip in the video. There was one guy in the comments who says, "Please tell me where the rest of this song is," which there isn't. It was just a one clip.
I'm actually surprised you didn't tell him to just cover the song and just use the clip to help and like say you could just upload this. I'll just promote it or whatever.
Well, he had no intention of doing it until I brought it up.
Oh yeah, of course.
You're only gonna pay him for the part that I needed.
Now you just gotta get him on Hoof Rock.
Actually, not a bad idea.
Yeah, get him for Hoof
Uh,
Rock, dude. Heck, let me make that this the thing here. If you ever get him on Hoof Rock, this will be the clip you could do to open the video with. Get Prince Whatever on Hoof Rock, see what happens.
I'll bring it up to him.
Yeah. It'll be on
Matter
the
of fact,
episode.
Zach.
It'll be on the stream episode entitled I'm trying to think of a play on the words of Coheed and Cambria, but I was gonna say like I don't know, Coke and cameras. Coke and cameras.
But speaking of music, Linkin Park has a brand new singer.
Oh, I've heard the news, but yeah, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
the full extent. Go on, explain.
Me too.
Yeah, her name is Emily Armstrong. And to tell you the truth, I actually am kind of glad they went with a woman because Chester was a very high-ranged vocalist, especially when he screamed. And and a woman has an easier shot at hitting those ranges than a man does. So I'm glad they went with a female vocalist, and her voice does actually pack a good punch. They did a live streamed concert that I think was like maybe 90 minutes, and they played a big range of material from their early years, their middle years, and their current years, and it was a really good way to show off her range. And the first thing they did is that they opened with their new song, "The Emptiness Machine," which is a great song. I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of the album. And she had a good personality up there too. It felt like, someone that we could actually get behind. And then a bunch of news came out saying that she was a Scientologist and supports Danny Masterson. And Jablonski and I were talking about this, and we were both skeptical because if this was the case, then why the heck would Linkin Park hire her? Because Linkin Park as a band and as a brand are known for being, I guess you could say safe. Like they're not dark or edgy, like angsty, sure, but not someone that you would be afraid of.
What was her name?
And then suddenly, yeah, she does make a comment about it, saying that she did in fact support Danny Masterson, but she was misled about him and has since regretted it. So that's good to know. As far as whether or not she's a Scientologist, that doesn't really bother me. The organization, sure, I do not like whatsoever. But the ideology, what South Park said and made fun of, I actually really don't have a problem with because they're just trying to make sense of the world around them, and I can't fault them for that. Uh, I just don't like the organization and their tactics that they use to get people and sucker others to give them their money. So, and besides, I mean, we all know Tom Cruise is a Scientologist, and everybody went to go see Top Gun Maverick anyway. We all know Nancy Cartwright, Bart Simpson is a Scientologist, and they're still on the air. Beck is a Scientologist, and
Beck's a
people still go to.
Scientologist, really?
Yeah, go figure.
Who else is a Scientologist? I want to look up a list of celebrities that are Scientologists.
I think.
John Travolta's one, I think. Is he still one? I think. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think Tom Cruise isn't one anymore. From what I heard, he's like trying to sever ties.
Hmm. So, if she is a Scientologist, that doesn't bother me. The fact that she does regret supporting Danny Masterson
Let's see here.
and is, that's enough.
Yep.
And apparently, the drummer of Linkin Park is gone. For whatever reason, he decided to put some distance between him and the band. It wasn't really made clear, uh, but all I can say is, Rob, thanks for all the memories.
Hmm.
I mean, he was the first person of Linkin Park I ever met before I even did the meet and greet for their fan club.
Lisa
So,
Marie Presley's a Scientologist? Holy fuck.
oh yeah, I forgot she was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's not living anymore. I forgot. Jason Lee, Katie Holmes. Katie Holmes. Oh yeah, that is right. That is it. Isaac Hayes. Yeah, I think he was
Yeah,
one
that
up
was the
there.
reason why he left South Park, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard there was the confirmation that he left because of the church going after him. I'm not going to go into those conspiracy theories. But like I think there was more to it. But I know the case though. John Travolta. Oh my God, that's what John Travolta looks like right now. Oh my God. He lost
Believe it or
all.
not, believe it or not, John Travolta actually did a movie that was directed by Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit
Huh.
called The Fanatic, and
Um,
it bombed.
I feel so bad for John Travolta. He did some really good roles, but now he's just dead.
All it took was Battlefield Earth, and it tanked his career.
Oh yeah, he was. I mean, Bolt. Bolt was a good movie. What do you do? What
The
is it?
sad thing is that I remember seeing the trailers for Battlefield Earth, and it looked like a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, as
wanted
long
to.
as you don't mind, as long as you don't mind looking at this
Yeah, exactly.
for the whole,
You know why he did that?
because he wanted to make it look like a comic book.
Wonderful. Then why do you have what? Because as you know, whenever the I don't know, Jan, have you seen Battlefield Earth?
No.
It's really not worth your time. It's like one of those like L. Ron Hubbard like.
Well, you know what? I have a comic book right here. Let's see. What are the pictures like? Hmm.
Let's find
Doesn't want to
out.
be so.
Let's no, Cruiser's like I want to go to the next page. You just
See,
rip them in two.
that doesn't look Dutch. That doesn't seem like there's a camera angle. Keep going. Hmm. kind of straight, actually.
Actually, like I can kind of understand the Sideways comic book, but kind of it's hard to explain. What else was this guy in here? Television, The Shepherd, Cash Out. That's a morning. He was in Gotti. He played John Gotti in Gotti. Oh my God, I didn't even know that. Criminal Activities, The Forger. I get. Yeah, he was in Bolt. That was pretty much the only one I knew.
Yeah, Bolt, I did like. Bolt's a good movie. I like that
Hairspray.
one.
Hairspray was okay. I didn't hate Hairspray. I thought it was fine.
He made one ugly woman though.
Hmm. I like how that. Let me put it this way: if you hate John Travolta as that woman, he was better than Harvey Firestein. So yeah, I like how Harvey Firestein. No, people criticize him having the voice. He's like, yeah, I have a bad sing voice, but you know what? I don't give a shit. And everybody's like, most people are like, okay, fine. It's like, yeah, I know, I don't care. How can you argue with that? Oh my God. All right. What about you, Yam? What have you been yawning about lately?
Uh, I've been finishing up work on this map. It's like really just kind of at the last little stretch of work.
Yeah,
I ended up falling asleep at my desk last night working on it.
that's adorable.
Oh, it was terrible.
I can imagine. I mean, like, it's probably full of all that crap. I gotta clean out my room because my room's garbage with trash. But yeah, I know the feeling about sleeping at the desk. That still shows
Oh, it
commitment.
sucks.
Oh my God. You just got one more half hour, dude. You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also heard back from the airport.
Oh, the
Oh, the
continuating
saga
air. That woke
continues.
him up. Let's see what happened. And tell me what happened to your stuff.
Now, 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 I first got an email from these people saying that there was a couple of photos missing. They wanted me to resend them. And I was looking through the email and realized there was no link to say, send photos here. So I was about to call them, or I was going to call them. I was at work and ask, what email address do I send them to? But before while I was at work, I get a phone call from them, and luckily my supervisor, who knew my story, would let me take the phone call. And as soon as I pick up the phone, he tells me, his name and where he's from. And I said, okay, what's your name? All right, can you spell that for me, please? And he's like, um,
Hold it, hold it. Don't
Lakshy.
you don't want probably want to tell him his full.
It's just the first name, dude. It's just the first
Okay,
name. Yeah. And like, okay, this is from American Airlines Central Baggage Special. Okay. And it's like, yeah, I'm just taking notes, sir. And it's like, look, I understand why you want, that amount of money, but the truth is, like, we can only give you, what you paid for them. I go, no, you're going to replace them. This should have never have happened. It was a duffel bag. It could have fit overhead, but you guys said no. And because of that, all the stuff that I had purchased got ruined. It is your job to replace them. And it's like, but our policy is that we can only give you what you paid for them. It's like, and I told you that these are collector's items. These toys and that bag have now been discontinued. And what I bought them for is not what they're currently selling for. And it's your job to replace my property that you guys damaged. And it's like, but like this, you only paid $99 for this Celestia variant. And I said, doesn't matter. Okay, that's what I got it for, and I got lucky because the timing was right. But now it's all this time later, the price has gone up. And if you guys would have never taken my bag, this never would have happened. Like I said, it is your job to replace my property. And he said, okay, well, this castle one here, like just the box is damaged. We're not going to replace that. I said, yes, you are. Because with collectors, they even want the box in pristine condition. Okay, it's not just the toy. And you guys damaged it. You damaged my property. And you're going to replace it. And he's like, "Well, what all did we damage here?" Because he's telling me he only got like 14 photos. I sent them 49. And I was like, "Okay." And he even said, "Can you hold on for a second?" "Yeah, sure. Thank you." And he disappears for for a few minutes. It's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. We can only give you what you paid for them." It's like, "No, you are going to replace them. These, this isn't something that's insured. These are collector's items that you guys destroyed. But that's just our policy." "Then let me speak to your supervisor." "This is as high as it goes." "No, it's not." "Let me speak to your supervisor." Hold on one second." "Okay, thank you." And he comes back and says, "No, no, sir, like this is all we can do for you." I'm like, "No, it's not. You can replace them. Again, you broke my property for something that should have never have happened."
You weren't like shouting at this guy, were you? Like you were
No,
maintaining this calm demeanor.
yeah,
Okay,
like
so
I was,
you weren't being a dick.
yeah, I was stern. Yeah, I was stern, but I was not shouting. I was not cursing, and I was not calling him
Way
names.
to not be a
No,
guest, man. Way to not be a guest.
I just got what you meant. Dizzy cast, man. They know it. Uh, and again, he brings up the lack of photos here, and I said, "Okay, so I can send you the photos, but how do you want me to send them? Because there was no link in the email of where to send them to." It's like, "Just reply them, sir." Because keep in mind, I sent them, within that 49 photos, I sent them like the damaged
Hmm.
items, the receipts, where I got them, and how much they're currently selling for.
Yeah, you did.
Because I'm
They all went through, right, when you sent them.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was about to say some websites like have a, like a space limit. They might not have all gone
So
through.
yeah, so what I did is that I took all 49 photos and I upload them to a Dropbox.
Mm-hmm.
Uh yeah, it's kind of like, Google Drives where you can just, put them all in a folder and send a link. And I put in the email, yeah, here are click this link and you'll find all 49 photos. Now, if you do not receive all these photos, what I want you to do is to reply to me and send me your address so that I can physically print them out and certify mail them to you.
Oof.
Also, yeah, also, I would like for us to actually arrange the next time we speak because I was at work when you guys called. And I would also like to have my dad on the line too. He can, help me with this. And I look forward to hearing back from you guys. So that's how basically it ended. It ended with him telling me to resend the photos.
Mm.
But I'm holding out. I'm holding strong here. You got this isn't like a
Mm.
car that you get insured, and you basically, and if that car gets damaged, you pay how much the car is worth. No, 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 no. These are collectors memorabilia. If I come into your house and break your TV, I have to pay to replace it. I don't pay you what it's worth. I get you a whole new one.
Yeah, it's like when we did the Legend of Everfree video. When I was reading through the autograph book you got, even I asked like, "Dude, you sure you want me to do this?" And you're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, but I'm gonna make this clear. If any of your photos get damaged here, you're the one who enabled it." But, and you said, "Yeah, it's fine, whatever."
Oh, you mean from last
Yeah,
week's
if
answer?
you don't know, yeah, we made Cruiser and Brawny, we made a Buck to the Face for the Legends of Everfree. I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, I remade the dock for it in that map.
I
So
thought you were referring. I thought you were referring to the snippet from last week's ants. So what are you? So what are you actually referring to?
I'm referring to when we made the Legends of Everfree, I'm at the campfire and I have that book that I'm pretending to read from.
Oh yeah, that's
And the book is
right.
full of autographs, and I'm like, and you're the one who brought it here. I'm like, dude, you want me to bring this to the campfire? Fire, it's gonna smell like a bonfire, and you run the risk of being damaged. Like, yes. I'm like, okay, but I'm making this clear here, 100% clear here. This book gets damaged, it's not on me, it's on you. And you said, yeah, it's fine, Evan, stop worrying. And yeah,
Yeah,
nothing
because
happened.
there was
Yeah, nothing happened to it, but at least I verified, like, yeah, this is not my fault if your photos get damaged, dude.
Yeah, and I had total faith with Evan because there was still like a great deal of distance between him and the bonfire. And keep in mind, the bonfire was actually up mounted like in a one of those fire pits, not down on the ground.
I'm sorry,
But
I'm thinking about the ending where it cuts the end and your face is like tucked in your shirt from the smoke.
What I'm actually doing is I'm just trying to hide from the smoke.
I know, it still worked. It still worked, though. I don't know how.
But the one thing I wish we did, but we couldn't get the prop in time, is that when Evan pulls out the second book and says, it's called A Very Minty Christmas, I wanted him to hold a Necronomicon or the Book of the Dead from the Evil Dead.
I could have bought one of those at Sci-Fi Barto. Now I gotta get one. I'll send it to Jan.
I'm gonna send that doc in Ant's chat if you want to look at it.
Wait, really? You actually have a doc for it?
No, I made the doc from the movie and put it in the map.
Oh my God, Cruiser, look at this. Well, let me just put this on the side screen. That looks friggin' awesome. By the way, hold on. I'm gonna send a couple of messages just so the people at home can see it. So I'm just gonna start typing Fs.
So is it gonna break at the very end?
Can you make it explode? Can you make it explode?
I thought about it. I thought about trying to do that, but I don't have the capability. We can imagine it just falls off after the map ends, because this is the end of the map.
Fall in the water.
You jump in the boat, and that's how the map ends.
I'm gonna play man in the boat with Doom Guy. I'm sorry, Doom Slayer.
No, that's what see, that's what Timber Spruce did. He played man in the boat with the campers.
Man in the boat with the
one thing I will never get, I'll never forget was during COVID, the cons still want to happen, and Everfree did one obviously through the internet, and you could actually still purchase an autograph. What you could do is that you'll pay for it online. It gets sent. They'll sign, and you'll have like a 5-minute Zoom call with them, and they'll sign your autograph, and you can actually take a little screen cap of you with them. And so, despite how much I didn't like the character of Timber Spruce, I still want to meet his voice actor and get his autograph because, while I had my issues with the character, none of it stemmed from his performance.
Oh yeah, of
and
course.
I want to show my respect to him for it. And when this happened, I was with Brony and Heather at Gatorland, and we were about to take the zip line tour. Like, I literally had like my helmet on.
Oh, I love this story. Jan, you
Yeah.
gotta listen to this. This is a good story. So,
And before it even happened, I was telling Bronny, like, we should that I'm going to tell him about the video and see what he says. And Bronny's like, don't do that, please, man. Like, how can I not? Like, it's one of our most viewed videos. And so yeah, it's time for my video chat with him. I tell him about the whole he's still respecting him for his performance. And I asked him, like, have you heard like some of the jokes people have made about how inappropriate Timber was? Like, yeah, I did, but there's nothing I can do about that. Like, so, like, you want me to, how do you want me to make this out? And I have him, make it out to, I put my stage name on there, Cruiser, spelled with a Z instead of an S. He goes, okay, Cruise. Wait, that sounds familiar. That was you! That was you who started all those jokes! Like, yeah, that was us. Like, you were the guys who actually did that campfire thing and the reaction. Like, yeah, that was me and my friends.
That was pretty good.
And the thing is, and he loved it. He thought it was hilarious. His favorite joke was when Bronny went, "We're Canadian." And then he asked me, like, what's with the helmet? And I go, well, I'm about to take a zipline tour. It's like, you want to talk to me while you're doing a zipline tour? Like, I paid for it, yes. Like, and every now and then, like, we'll like have an interaction on Twitter saying, yeah, just about to take another zipline tour.
it's like right up with me when I had that therapy call during at Galaxy's Edge. I'm in my full costume. It was like a med check. It was like 5 minutes, and he's like, "Oh, nice costume. What's up?" I have like the Falcon in the back. I like doing that with my dad, but that was great. Like that's like, yes, I got this guy's autograph while zipping over gators. That was just
The other funny thing too is that with Gatorland is that we're up at the first tower, and they're about to do kind of like the safety rundown of the zip line, and of course everyone is a little nervous, but I've done zip lines before, and the instructor goes, "Okay, are there any questions?" I go, "Can I go first?" And everyone goes, "Yeah, let the fat ass go first."
Dude, if I didn't hear you shout "Shaka, bro" on the way down, I was just gonna go like, yeah. So yeah, I remember we went to BrodyCon, and when it was after Legendary Free, and Bronny's having his little BronnyCon board game get together on the side there, and I'm just visiting him, and some guy wanted my autograph. I'm like, cool, sure. What is up? He's like, so you're a fan of Mystery Brony? Then he's like, no, I loved you, and no, you were that guy in the Legend of Everfree video. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the guy that's singing in the Boy Scout outfit, looking at a picture of Shawnee Smith and Costas Mandalore the entire time.
And I'll never forget to, like, you could not remember the lyrics at
No,
all.
well, the
Like,
story
be the
behind that,
legend you are supposed to be something.
like I'm listening to it, I'm like, I can't fucking like I okay, let me explain that. To be fair, like I did listen to the song like on loop, like like during the last hour over to the trip, and I'm like, I don't remember fuck of of this song, man. It was like one of those very few instances where you hear something over and over, and they're like, oh fuck. I think it was like the heat of the moment or something.
And here's the crazy thing too. As most people know, Evan and Bronny, they live in the Orlando area. I live like 2 hours south. But because I live in a more suburban area, they actually drove all the way down here to my neck of the woods because my
Twice.
dad, yeah, twice, because my dad's property is surrounded by all this foliage, and they knew it would actually make for uh, a good background. And my dad was actually somewhat impressed with how it turned out. He's like, "Yeah, with that telephone pole, man, it just kills it right there in the beginning." Which, to be fair, a lot of campsites actually do have like street lights, around. But the one thing I wanted so bad to do, oh, and I put a picture of my dad at the end credits to thanking him for letting us use his property. And he's got like all his facial hair and his hair is all matted.
Oh
It's like
yeah,
the mad.
that was funny. Like he was a pro about it, obviously.
But the one thing I so badly wanted to do is that I wanted, yeah, for us to do a commentary track on it, and then at the very end have my dad come in. It's like, "Oh, Dad, thanks for letting us use your property. What's up?" And I want him to just yell, "You kids belong on this," and just start yelling at us and throwing shit.
Well, that's a funny thing because I like have a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff on that I really wanted to use. Actually, funny enough, there was a Mystery Me but video that we did where I have to find it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. It was which episode was it? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Um, fuck, where is it? That was the one with Brawny. Yeah, it was the episode that was streamed like 6 years ago. It was called "We Make Movie," featuring Brawny Buck. Yeah,
All right.
it was an episode of Mystery Me Brony Theater where I just got back home and I'm like, I don't really want to do this, but I have to. But yeah, it's like a 2 hour thing with me and Brawny and Cruiser. It was just literally after I got back. It's on the Mystery Me Street. It's on the. Sorry, I got mesmerized by all these weird titles I gave it. My favorite one is Walter White makes great scallopini. Yeah, that was where the traditions of all these ridiculous titles came from. Everybody should be wearing bikinis. Oh yeah, I remember that was the one that
I
clicked.
remember that one.
I wanted that to be a recurring joke on here. Everybody should be wearing bikinis. Dude, I want to do like a random like one shot return of Mystery Me one day. I should do that sometime when I'm not streaming. Just do like a quick one shot like Mystery Me one. There's one where we did post MegaCon at Denny's.
Oh yeah, I remember
Uh,
that.
Hey,
uh,
there's actually one you me we all did together that was posted 7 years ago. I like your avatar, Jan, grumpy cat wolf pony thing with the cup of coffee.
huh?
Yeah, yeah. When we did that collab together, you just had this weird OC holding a cup of coffee.
I don't remember that.
I know you don't. No one ever does. LooneyCon, I forgot we did that one. That was during the time I had my beard. Yeah, I had a beard at one point. It was ridiculous. One I did for the Joey O incident, man, it's crazy. Oh boy, it's been nuts. All my week has been Tron, Tron, Tron. I've been all over the place.
So are you gonna come with me to next year's Everfree, Evan?
I don't know. It depends on how much money I got. I gotta save up for Jablonski's wedding. Then I'm already saving up for my next step of my plan.
You gotta come and see me.
Yes, Evan.
You gotta come and see me.
I might. I'll consider it. Like honestly, like I know Everfree's big. I just saw it. I'm like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure it's fun.
It,
I'm not saying it's not fun or no reason. It just depends on money.
and to be fair, Evan, I mean a flight to Texas for Jablonski is a lot cheaper.
Well,
So I
yeah,
think
but
you're
also there's the matter of getting the rental car and also getting the hotel or if me and
hold
Brett
on.
I
I
did.
can't if someone can get you.
Fuck no, I'm gonna be there for a week. I want my own transportation. Damn it.
Why are you gonna be there for a week?
I'm one of his groomsmen, dude. I gotta be there for some rehearsals and I want to have a good time.
You could just drive.
Yeah,
That could be fun.
oh yeah, we were considering that, but like I saw how long it takes. It's like a 24+ hour drive. I'm like, yeah, that's I have
Yeah,
like
but
a
that could be fun.
yes, me and my
You
girlfriend
want
can
to
like
have a good time. If you want to have a good time, you can do some sightseeing along the way.
I might. I'm considering options still, but like, actually, that would be more expensive. Beyond honestly, renting that car. Like, I'm heading up to Delaware in like October, where I'm going to be renting a car there. I'm driving up there. Gonna go up there, show my girlfriend what the Delaware area is like. A place I would love to take Cruiser there one day, heading up Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
You might be going to Georgia in October to visit my sisters.
Nice.
Yeah, and well, not my older sister. Uh, yeah, of course, people all, across the world know about Halloween Horror Nights, but there's still a lot of what's called local haunts that other places do.
Yeah.
And Megan says, hey, we have a local haunt up here. Why don't you check it out? And I'm all for that because
Yeah.
while the local haunts tend to be the same year after year, the one benefit they do have is that you're not taking a giant conga line in. Not everybody's going in at once. They can actually do it by party. So
Yeah.
that's one benefit they do have.
Did you
And
did you go to Halloween
they
Horror Nights yet, by the way?
no, I plan on going on the 29th of
Damn it, I was gonna
September.
say, like, what the deal is with that Insidious house that people are yammering on about?
You sure it's not year one of uh what was it called?
Well, no, everybody I've been talking to always says the same thing. I've been hearing in the background like Insidious, Insidious house, Insidious house, Insidious house, Insidious house. There are video memes of it. There's like all kinds of this stuff of it. Like, I'm guessing the Insidious house must be scary as fuck. It's funny because I remember hearing stories of people who went to see Insidious, the first Insidious in theaters. I don't know if you've obviously seen Insidious, right?
Yes.
Um, So the thing is that like I actually have some interesting stories about about Insidious. So I remember when it went in the theaters, it was everybody was actually scared, and then the monster's face appeared, and then everybody for the rest of the movie started making Star Wars jokes. Like I think at one point it was a Comic-Con interview where the director's like, "Yes, we get it. We should have thought better." But now they're stuck with him. I'm like, I don't care. I'm calling him Darth Maul for the rest of this. For you are not going to tell me otherwise. I don't care if you call him Mr. Flappy. I'm calling him Darth Maul from this point forward. But no, actually, believe it or not, I think I told you the story, Cruiser. The family from that movie, the Perrin family, I actually got to meet them.
Really?
Yeah, the Perrin family. When I worked at that, were you with my friend when I worked at the bowling alley?
Maybe. I think so.
Yeah, this was like Skype days.
Yeah.
So like I would come back late at night. We just Skype people of the old CFB before it died. It was we just Skype each
Rest in
other.
peace.
Yep, yep. The place is archived. So we just sat there and Skyped each other, right? And the guy there, John Carter, the son of Jimmy Carter, the son of great a famous bowler John Carter, knew Robert Perrin. And which was the Perrin family was the family that the Insidious movies were based on. And I got to meet the father, the daughter. The daughter was really nice. She was a nice woman. She was selling her book, House of Dark Shadows, House of Light, or whatever. And yeah, her husband's a ghost hunter. She told her experiences on stage, and like I said, whatever you believe or not, she was really nice. She was a nice woman. They were nice people. I mean, they were kind of a little bit conspiracy like, but not like balls off the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah. But I'm like, I never saw him, but yeah, the woman, the little girl was really nice. Nice. She's obviously like older now, but like, yeah, I'm surprised the father was still alive. But yeah, I made videos for them for the presentation, the opening videos, and yeah, it was really cool. Got to go over the house they were staying at in Florida. They were nice. They were nice people. So yeah, that actually happened to me. I met an actual family that movie was based on.
Nice.
You say he's a ghost hunter now?
Yeah, well, no, the little girl, the girl, she's married to a ghost hunter.
Interesting, because
I mean, not the
one guy.
ghost hunters, but you know what I mean.
Well, no, just because it's interesting because I that YouTuber Irate Gamer, he also does a lot of ghost hunting, and people are always telling him, how come you don't have your own show? How come you're not part of this uh network of other ghost hunters?
It's every single ghost hunter
Because
show's the same.
well, this is what's crazy. He actually did this. It wasn't a rant, but he talked about his experience with trying to get involved with like say the ghost hunting convention circuit, some of these other authors, some of these other ghost hunters, like even the ones who are on like major TV networks.
Yeah,
And despite all the different things he brought to the table, they just don't want anything to do with him. Like they're trying to keep the focus on like a select few to make them the celebrities in the circuit, like TAPS, the Atlantic Paranormal Society,
yeah.
who have their own show. And they'll also like blatantly steal ideas.
Oh yeah.
And he said that there's one uh paranormal convention that's like known as the biggest, and it's closing down this year. And while I'm certainly not part of that scene or that circuit, I can understand his frustration, because one of the things I've often said is that you have to push new names if you want this scene to survive. I mean, just like with the rock and metal scene, these big destination festivals like Welcome to Rockville that I go to, it's always headlined by these
Mm.
legacy acts. And sure, I love Pantera, Rob Zombie, Slipknot, Breaking Benjamin, but they can't carry the scene forever. You
Yeah.
have to start promoting newer bands and newer talent, and try to win the people over,
Mm.
which so many aren't doing.
Tell me, Cruiser.
So
I'm sorry. Sorry. Go on. Finish your story.
no, I was done.
I was gonna give you that one. Tell me, Cruiser. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Hmm. I certainly do. I've had several ghost experiences, and they're not so much creepy as they are annoying. Well, except for one experience, right? My mom had this snowman on top of this TV counter, right? It was her
Okay.
private room. And it was just on the TV, right? I mean, yeah, my grandfather had his den and everything there. So there was this snowman, right? Right? And every single time when we weren't looking, like twice a day, the snowman would just turn on its own. Even my mom, one day she was at home. She was like she didn't have a job. She was like a homemaker because she was like legally disabled with her back injury. And
Yeah.
she left she always said all day, every single damn day, this snowman just turns. And yeah, I saw it turn when I wasn't looking, but like yeah, so it didn't mind us. It was just okay, okay, we got a ghost, whatever. Wonder who's here. And at one point, not like that it wasn't like at that very moment. This was like a different day. So
Yeah.
we had a picture of my grandmother on the piano. It was like on the stand, so it was like this, right? Nothing
Mm-hmm.
behind it. It was perfectly against this wall. One day, I'm just sitting there playing video games. The picture, I look over and I see it's my grandma's picture. I'm like, well, that answers who's fucking around with the snowman. Believe it or not, I have had a couple of ghost experiences myself back at my dad's old place. And remember the Ocoee house?
Yeah, of course.
So I remember going
On a
out.
worse road.
Yeah, place was shitty. Higgins, Jan's been there. Jan,
Hmm?
you've been to my house in Ocoee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he's been there a couple times.
Yeah, I remember that's where we came up with Bernardi DeviantArt.
Yeah, we ordered a pizza and they said, "What name?" Bernardi been damp.
I kept up doing that for years after that.
Bernardi been
But it was like I started ordering with like either other phrases or just like my characters' names for a while, and then someone came up and said like, "Oh, are
damp.
you like?" I think
So
I don't know.
like,
I think one of them sounded maybe a little too Asian, and they're like, "Oh, are you like? Do you have like Asian relatives?" I'm like, "No," and then I'm like, "Yeah, maybe the joke has run its course."
yeah, I mean, Cruiser gave me a better one, Carl Bertananaluski. Anyway, the ghosts. So I was leaving one day. We went to Typhoon Lagoon, and this was the time when like we had the old. It belonged to my stepmom's uncle, I believe, and he used to collect like a lot of GI Joes in that room that I was sleeping in. And he
Mm-hmm.
had a computer in there. It didn't work. You turn it on, it would just loop over and over, right? So I never used it. I never touched it. And just never used it, right? So I come back home from the water park, and I get in my room. The computer's desktop is on. I'm like, I did not do that. I leave the room. I'm like, Dad, did you leave the computer on? I turn back into the room. The computer's off. I'm like, okay. But
How you know
nothing.
it's a wired problem?
Not in a push switch. I just learned about circuits and ohm laws, man. That can't be done
I don't know. Electronic equipment can fail for a number of reasons.
with a push button thing that literally
Yes.
disconnects a circuit.
Yes,
Hmm.
dude.
Yeah, maybe. I still like to think there. Although I did, but nothing really solidified until one day when I was brushing my teeth that same night. I'm brushing my teeth. Next thing you know, no, right next to my ear, right next to my ear. Remember the restroom in my old place?
Yeah.
The sink was here and the walls right here. I hear
Mm-hmm.
nothing but I hear a slam like it's right next to my ear. I look over, and for a centisecond, I saw something white rush by. I immediately chase it, and nothing's there. I think that might have been the illusion, but no, I cannot for the life of me figure out what that slam was. Like it was like, how do I describe it? Right. Imagine having a snare drum hit next to your ear. It was like that. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Man, even my dad was like, what the hell was that? And I'm like, I have no idea.
Maybe you can use it as a tax write-off.
Hmm?
I don't know. I'm just.
Actually,
I remember.
maybe. I mean, like, there is that one time, like, I remember one time, like, we had a lightning storm. It hit our house, and it damaged, like, one of those little, like, circuits, right? And it
Mhm.
messed up everything in our house. Like, I turned the bathroom light on, and it somehow turned on the TV. I'm like, what the fuck? I used to have a video of it. It was actually kind of creepy. I know what it caused it, but it was, like, kind of creepy.
Well, what is creepy is the final five.
Damn. I mean, technically, you're not wrong on that one there. I mean, the Final Five logo is kind of creepy. Literally. Alright, it's Final Five time. My mouth is exhausted because all I've been doing is taunting the users, so I really don't have much to add, honestly, aside from. God, rest like Jan does. So I'm just gonna make Jan have the floor. And I apologize. I know mine says the concert cruiser, but I don't care. So whatever, sue me. Wait, did I get Jan's up yet? Apparently not. So I'm just gonna have to just let you roll with it for now. Jan, your time begins now.
Well, I am hoping to get done with this map very soon tonight. Hopefully tonight is the night. I really hope it is. Yeah, along with that, I'm just hoping to get back to my commissions after this. I don't want to do any mapping for a while. I need to get on with this, and I need rest as well. I've been at this pretty hardcore for about 3 months off and on. So I'm glad that I'm finally at the end of this journey. It will be a fun one, I hope. I hope people play the map. I hope people like the map. I don't really care whether or not they do like the map, I just hope they play it. That's really all I've got to say.
That's fine. I guess next I'll go up with Clipter Cruiser, whatever his name is. I can't think of a good nickname, please excuse me. Alright, so let's begin now. Oh wait, I didn't turn on. Oh, I didn't turn. Okay, there you go.
Okay, I'm about this close to finishing the first draft of my book. And I also have an idea for a new episode of Hoof Rock that centers around G5. I figure it's probably worth to put them under the microscope now, considering I just met AJ Bridal, even though my video game she signed was destroyed. American Airlines. You know what you can do with this. And I'll also have to start tackling the music aspect of this project. And I'm going to have my friend Brad, who's a big book nerd, read it over. And, he's going to read the whole book and just give me feedback on it. And possibly even do another video about Coheed and Cambria that I came up with, that I had an idea for. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. Take it to Evan, who needs a nap.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jan needs a nap bigger than that. Honestly, I don't really have much to say there. I appreciate the recognition, though. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. Like I said, I'm just gonna be kind of scarce. Cruiser, did I already ask if it was all right for you to share these updates with your autograph situation online on the stream yet? Huh?
Oh, are you talking about the first one you sent me?
Yeah, no, the other ones there. You're not gonna get any like. There's no fault in you sharing these stories about your autograph collection on stream, right?
Well, I haven't uploaded it yet because I wanted Brony to see it first.
I mean, like, if you want to upload, I don't know if there's any. Yeah, you can do it there. If you want this clip too, you can totally. Just let me know.
I'll take it.
I gotta look through it though. But yeah, but then again, I think I got you center screen, so yeah. All right. Good night. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
See you next week.
Good night.
It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. End it right.
My life is a bacon-wrapped hell on earth.